What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Affairs of the Heart Podcast, live on Facebook and YouTube. I'm your boy DQ, D-Weezy.
And it's me, So Debonair Aaron, on this podcast.
on this podcast, I love that every time you say it. Listen, I'm gonna do something really unorthodox. I just realized I have some other light that I want to set up. So, Aaron, give me 2 seconds. Stay right there. I really want to. I want to turn this light on, and I thought about it like right when there was like 10 minutes to go. Okay, hang on.
Let people get into the room. So come on in if you're coming into the room. Let us know where you're from, where you're listening from. We're here, waiting, listening.
All right. So welcome to the Affairs of the Heart Podcast. We are just a group of same gender loving men who sit down and have conversations about affairs of our heart that pertain to specifically relationships and sex. And, you know, we come from the premise that there was no sex ed, gay sex ed class for us. So we decided to have open, candid conversations to be able to help a generation coming behind us and then talk about some of the things that are on our chest. So this is what we do on our podcast. You can find us at theaffairsoftheheartpodcast.com. You can also check us out on Facebook, or we're on Facebook now, but you can also check us out on Instagram, YouTube as well, and on
Twitter.
Where else? What am I forgetting? Twitter. Thank you. I was like, what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting.
We're live on Twitter, by the way. So.
We live everywhere. So if you're following us, you already know. So tonight is going to be just like any other night. We have a special guest in the house, none other than the award-winning writer, actor, stand-up comedian. He has written and directed such wonderful movies such as Party and Play, A Different Direction, and has starred in his own comedy stand-up called That Bitch Better Be Funny, live at the Howard Theater. He is our friend in the community and someone that we love dearly. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody other than Sampson McCormick. Come on in the room, Sam.
Come on in the room.
What's up, fam?
I'm great. How are y'all doing? Well, first, before I even start talking, congratulations on 3 amazing seasons.
Man,
you know, I don't think people realize the work that it takes being out Black gay men in this business in any capacity, being persistent, consistent. Thank you for being here, and thank you for having me.
Of course, we could not. I mean, first of all, thank you for joining us. And I know, as I mentioned earlier, it might have been a little bit last minute, but we wanted to have somebody that we knew was going to fit our dynamic well and wouldn't be ashamed about talking about the things that we'll talk about on the show.
Hold on, what we talking about?
We talk about a little bit of everything.
Well, I wasn't doing nothing but making some OnlyFans videos, so I guess I can take a break to talk about a little bit of everything. You know, I do good OnlyFans for the church people over here, so you know.
Yes. Yeah.
Donnie McClurkin and them, they be subscribed to my channel, you know. So.
Yeah. So listen, before we get started, if you guys have questions, if you want to chime in the conversation, this is your opportunity. You text Aaron and I all the time while you're listening to the podcast. This is your opportunity to go ahead and join the conversation. So make sure you give StreamYard your permission to post your picture and your name and your comment. That's the only way that you'll be able to comment. The link is in the lower part of the comment section. Just go ahead and click that StreamYard.com/Facebook link and allow them to give permission to post your comment. We want to hear from you. This is an interactive conversation. And we're going to jump right in. Aaron, what you doing?
I'm just sitting out the stuff.
over there looking at my OnlyFans video. I just got your subscription, Aaron. Thank you.
Yeah. Ching ching. Is that the sound it makes when you get some money?
No, it go.
Okay. Yes.
I'm gonna be nice. Let me stop playing.
No. That's the kind of carry on we like on the show. All right, so we're gonna jump right into it, and we're gonna start with our relationship topics. Okay, so first question comes from one of our listeners, whom got married a little too soon.
Oh God.
Met a man. Yeah, met a man. Got married a little bit too quickly, and now they're separated. So the question that he asked was, when is it too soon to talk about getting married or even being in a relationship?
It's always too soon. You never talk to a man about that because that's how your relationship ends, bitch. Don't do that. You trying to scare him off?
Listen,
don't talk to no man about being married. Mm-mm.
So you think that they should not have the conversation at all?
Absolutely not. Are you crazy?
So y'all just supposed to be shacking?
Yes.
Yeah. You just supposed to shack until what?
What Auntie and them been doing for the last 30 years?
Baby. Uncle Joe been Uncle Joe since you was born, honey, and they still ain't married.
And they still ain't married. See, the thing about men is men want freedom. Anything that looks like you're taking their freedom away, bitch, they're gonna leave tire skids outside your door. If it's a man and you want to get rid of him, tell him you love him. Okay?
Just tell him you love him.
Tell him I love you, baby. I care about you. Especially a black man. I love you. I care about you. I want to spend my life with you. I want to give up all my hopes and dreams to help you, and I want you to succeed. Bitch, he gone.
That's it. He's gone out the door.
He out the door. Let men have their freedom. And
but that's what they're doing with the relationships nowadays. They're getting married and having their freedom at the same time.
Okay, but that's not anything new. People have been doing this. We've gotten to a point now in society where people are more shameless about it. But that's the difference between being realistic about what people really do. Okay, this was a whole person before you came into their life. They're not going to just up and change just because they want to keep you around. People have options. People have freedom. Somebody just wrote, give it 6 months. Okay, he gonna be gone in 7. Okay. The best you can do is be realistic. Relationships end because people start seeing the person do things that they have been doing. You come into it with all these expectations and stuff. Let people have their freedom and decide whether or not they want to stick around. That's what you do. And
you know what?
That's real.
I would say that is a different perspective. I don't think that you don't hear most people saying, listen, just do it and just see what happens, as opposed to they try to fit the societal norms of what relationships are supposed to look like.
I've been a black gay man for a long time. I've been a comedian for a long time. People tell me all their business. Okay.
I'm sure.
They tell me all their business. It's people out here who are, and the worst thing that's happened to us is Instagram. People posting their relationships on Instagram. And now you sitting over there feeling bad, listening to Mary J. Blige eating that big bowl of goddamn ice cream, judging yourself, feeling bad because you're not in a relationship, and those people that you're looking at on Instagram, that's some bullshit. Okay, because I done spent time with some of them motherfuckers. I can cuss, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
you
good.
Sure can.
Because I like to say,
we do way worse on this podcast because.
Oh, I'm about to pull a nipple out there. Shoot, don't.
Okay, right.
Push the envelope. but people do. People make the mistake. I mean, people try to endure so much. Like, make yourself happy. People out here, they down at the gas station buying them little blue pills, trying to keep their sex drive up because one person's sex drive up here, the other one down here. You know this dude like hoes. You still out here. It's too much. Just be you. If the person gonna stick around, they're gonna stick around. Stop trying to lock these folks in.
Right.
I think people are thinking of the long term of that, though. I mean, I get that in your 20s, maybe your 30s, but when you start hitting 40, you probably still want to have that. But when your finances start to come into play, your sicknesses start to kick in, and you thinking about you have to get buried one day, you want to be able to make the decisions, or you want your partner to on the act.
Fuck that bitch. You better take you some vitamins, get a savings account, and bury yourself, okay? You get old, you start feeling fragile and feeble and shit. You better jump in a river, bitch, and bury yourself. Okay. 2020 out this bitch. People are not doing the traditional shit. And I know what I'm saying sounds different, but it is based on the reality of what society is today. You have to play the game according to how it's being played in the world. One of the worst things that can happen to a child is a child be reared, especially in the church or any of those other conservative environments, because they teach you to kind of put blinders on to what the real world is. That's how a lot of people get fucked up. So you just have to look at things for a thing.
Yeah, look at it for what it is.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm sorry to that listener. You got a real first class education on what society is like.
You know, I'm gonna tell it like it is.
The next question then is, how do you know when it's time to give up and stop fighting for your relationship?
When you gotta ask the question.
That's that on that.
That's that. Where is it? I have it. Here it is. And that's that on that. We ain't got nothing else to say.
You gotta ask. You gotta call your friends. He over here acting funny, bitch. There's your answer. You know, people be acting dumb. You know when the nigga don't want you no more. You know when you tired of his shit. You know when y'all ain't working. You know when he wasn't good for you in the first place. You know when you should keep that nigga in the fun category. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I said that on the podcast. I said, you know when it's over even before you admit that it's over.
Yeah. I know. I was just talking about it from, realizing that after so long being in a relationship, it just becomes the point where you really don't have a fight left, like in you at all. Like, like the next thing that happens, you have checked the hell out. You've probably already checked out, but you're looking for an excuse to get out at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Or he didn't put the toilet, or he left the toilet seat up, or whatever it is. Like,
yeah, it's people be trying to save relationship. Focus on saving yourself, okay? You out here, you trying to save a motherfucker don't want to be saved. Fuck that, save yourself.
Listen, and I think that's what the problem is. People think they can get in relationships and change. They already see the circumstances and they think they can get in relationship. Oh, I can change him. I just need to give him time. I need to, show him a different perspective. I need to give him this or that.
I feel attacked.
Wow.
Right.
The biggest mistake we make is believing that we can love somebody, give them gifts into understanding, and the only thing you're doing is fucking yourself up. Okay. I'm at that age now. I've been in 2 very long-term relationships. I know how relationships go. I know what all that stuff looks like. If I do get into a relationship, number one, it's going to be with 3 or 4 other people. I'm not just going to put all my eggs in one basket with one nigga. It's going to be 4 niggas. Okay.
And all 4 of y'all going to have to get along.
Oh, they not going to know about each other.
Okay. Y'all thought I was bad.
I'm playing.
This is a whole level over here on this side.
No, I listen. I really would like to find one man that will stick around. I'm not putting no leashes on anybody, but one of the biggest mistakes that we make is believing that one person has to be everything for us, and one person cannot be everything for you. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you have best friends for. That's what you have hobbies for. That's what you have a diary for. If you that goddamn emotionally needy, go get a goddamn cat or a dog or something like that.
I think one thing that Dwayne says a lot on the podcast that is very true is stop having expectations on things and just let it happen. It's going to happen regardless. So let it happen.
Yeah. You want to be disappointed. Have expectations for some niggas.
You said that. You said sweet.
Yeah, expectations are the mother of disappointment.
Mm-hmm. The daddy, the uncle, the cousin, the grandmama.
Right. Listen, they all related. You have an expectation of someone, and especially here's the thing that I think is the even sadder part. You have an expectation of someone that you've set up that they know nothing about. So they're bound to disappoint you. They're bound to, make you feel like they didn't live up to what your expectation was, because you never expressed what that expectation was.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a deprogramming situation, because we were taught to have expectations. We were taught that, marriage is the end all be all. So we were expecting that, and we got thrown into this whole world where gay is not acceptable, and we're free as fuck. So now we free as fuck, and like people still have expectations on people who are free.
Hold on, who free?
I'm talking about us in our minds. Gay men we're free. Like when it comes to the point,
free where? We out here fucking like rabbits, but that's about as free as we are. Don't get me started on our problems.
That's what I'm talking about, though, because that was shunned upon growing up.
But see, one reason why we're so sexual, and don't get me wrong, because we should be having good sex. Okay? We were taught, a lot of us black people, we were taught that it's wrong to have somebody to touch you down there and it feel good. That's not something that should feel good. It should feel great. If it don't feel great, bitch, get a new partner. Okay? If you need 2, get 2 more. If you need 3, bitch, get 3. Okay? But the reason why we go out and we do all this stuff is because we do have a lot of emotional and physical questions that we need answers for. Right. And so since we can't have the conversations about them, we try to go and explore and find out for ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of times we hurt each other doing it, and a lot of times we make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
But I think if you can find a way to do that in a way that is ethical, and hopefully ethical looks decent to you, then you should do it. But don't be out here just, fucking shit up.
I think the other thing to mention too is that a lot of our definitions of love is the expression of giving our bodies during sex.
Yeah,
because we don't know. We haven't had. A lot lot I'm not saying
my expression of love. My love language is Cash App. That's my love language. Listen.
Cash
I'm gonna
App.
show you something.
Okay.
This is what I keep by my bed.
Yes, sir.
I can make myself feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Buy a bitch a sandwich, okay? Buy me some dish soap or some toilet paper or something practical. Because I don't need the shit you giving to 4 or 5 other niggas across town. See, that's the problem is too many people are falling in love with community dick. Fuck community dick. Okay? Contribute.
It's hard to find non-community dick, though.
Well, listen. This stuff over here is sacred.
I was gonna say, isn't everybody's community? I mean, we're all like 2 degrees separation of each other.
No, because I'm over here living in holiness.
Yes, you are. Yes.
Shabbat.
Yes, holiness, honey. Oh God, that is hilarious. Rainier says the next class she's giving, she's bringing Sampson in to teach a class in sex.
Honey, everybody's going home if I come in there. I'm a little too raw.
And that's what people need, though. I think we sugarcoat a lot of things because we don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, honey.
No, fuck that. Hurt their feelings, they'll get over it. They might not, they'll be upset for you for a little while until they get down the line and some shit and they be thinking about it and they be like, damn, he told the truth about it.
You was right. You were right.
And the reason why I'm so raw and so direct about it is because I was lied to growing up by my family, by the church, by people in the community who were out doing the same things they were telling me not to do. Okay? Mm-hmm. And now, because your stupid trifling ass is out here doing it, and you made all these fucking mistakes, and instead of sitting me down saying this is what real life looks like, you told me I would go to hell for doing the same thing you're doing. Yeah. So what fantasy island are you living on? So that's why I'm so raw about it, because I wish that my mother, I wish that the pastor, who I had two pastors, one of them was gay, okay? And into some serious freak shit, okay? And y'all know I'm all about some freak shit. I'm all into electric sockets and gerbils and disco balls and hand jobs and all kinds of shit. Blow jobs on the freeway. But he was doing some stuff that would make me blush. And then we had another pastor who was married, all that type of stuff, had 3 whole families living across town. And these were the same people. Three.
I think that's what made me really discouraged about church too, because I'm a PK, and I grew up with knowing stuff like that. I mean, it was just really hard for me to even respect the whole thing, even before even coming out and really realizing the realness about homosexuality, all that stuff. It just never really made sense to me that they were teaching things that they just never really abided by.
Because I mean, why would you listen to, and this is no shade to anybody, but I'm just saying, why would you listen to your auntie? And a lot of people in, holiday season coming up, and, thankfully, a lot of people, they need to be social distancing away from their families. I've been social distancing away from mine for years. Okay. Right. But your aunt is a hoe. So why would you take sex and life advice from her? Why would she telling you live in holiness? And she ain't living in holiness. She living in hoe. Okay. But we're listening to stuff they're telling us about life, about sex, about ourselves. Why would you do that? So that's why I'm real raw with it, because I got fucked up mentally, emotionally, in a whole lot of different ways, because I was lied to growing up. And I believe in God, but that other stuff that they be talking about, we don't know if that exists. We know we have right here and right now. And we need to be taking care of ourselves. And the only way you can do that is by realizing and accepting things for what they are and dealing with them accordingly.
Yeah. Would you say that comedy has been your therapy to kind of get you to get out of the mindset of the lies that you've been told?
No, getting my back blown out has been my therapy. I'm just playing.
I mean, whatever helps,
No, I will say that comedy definitely has been a vehicle for very positive self-expression. Because if I was not in the arts, if I was not in this arena where there needs to be some discipline and structure in my life, I would be a hot mess. So I would say yes, because it helps me kind of compartmentalize as necessary, and I've learned to express myself a lot more. I don't want to say articulately as in like I'm ignorant or some shit like that, but I'm very raw. And so I can say things, and I've learned this, and this is a lot of us, we have to, life is about evolution. It's about learning. It's about changing. It's about adapting. And for me, part of mine was understanding I'm so raw, it can rub people the wrong way sometimes. And so speaking to people on a nightly basis when I was touring before the whatever we calling it, the Rona, Trump, he'd be calling it that virus from China. It's, you learn to speak to people who don't speak your language. You have to learn how to speak different languages as in express yourself. So I would say yes in that regard.
Got you. So we're going to move to the next question from our relationship topics. Could this hookup be my actual bae? Have you had a hookup that turned out to be a little bit more than a hookup?
You know better than that. You know better than that. That's how people get fucked up. You met this person at a sex party. You met this person sucking their dick behind the dumpster down at the Walmart. Okay? You met this person at a party and y'all got drunk and got in the shower and you jacked him off in the shower. So why would you be trying to think long term about that? That's how people get fucked up. Now you can fuck around and get used like that. Goddamn vultures flying around out here trying to use your food stamps and your air conditioning and shit like that. But you know, some people like that. And if that's what you like, you just have
this
to
narrative.
What narrative?
The narrative that you just gave was great. But what if you didn't even get to the hookup? Y'all just actually met and didn't even actually have sex. And now you're thinking that there's more of a possibility that there could be more. Is that an actual narrative or no?
Now you know.
Just face it.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Okay. So y'all met on the app.
Y'all
met on the app.
What app?
They, Adam, Scruff, BGC. I don't know. One of them.
Instagram,
Facebook, Twitter,
Instagram. Instagram maybe. Instagram or something like that maybe, because people are meeting like that now. But if you done met some nigga off Scruff, first of all, I would never trust no nigga to be on nothing with no fat white men hang out. Because Scruff is for fat white men. So fuck that. That right there is a what do you call them? Red alarms, red flags, whatever they call them.
Okay, a red flag.
That's a red flag.
Jack, the app is named Scrub automatically is a turn off. Period.
Scruff.
It's Scruff.
Scruff. That sound like somebody that don't wash under their arms. They want to come over and pee on you and eat your watermelon.
Not pee on you, eat your watermelon.
And when I say eat your watermelon, I don't mean no sexual position. I mean in your refrigerator, eating your shit that you done bought because you're trying to eat healthy during the COVID. Okay,
right.
And probably stole some shit out your freezer to take home for later.
Yeah, them niggas come over there and they steal your batteries out your remote and all kinds of shit.
What they gonna do with the batteries, Lance? What they gonna do with the batteries?
Take them home. Them niggas don't got no.
Okay.
Them niggas are the vibrator. Okay.
But okay, so you meet somebody on an app.
Mm-hmm.
The app does not, like y'all meet with the intentions of hooking up. You actually meet them in person, and y'all don't hook up because you feel something a little bit more. Like there's more chemistry. You actually like them. You start spending time with them. Is that could they actually be more than a hookup?
Well, in the gay community now, yes.
Okay.
But it's still something is in there. Okay. And not just for us, but I mean, I think for us, we can be more messy with stuff like that. But it's just as for me and anybody I know, if I had a friend who did that, I would stop talking to him. Yeah, I can't see what somebody wrote. Somebody wrote something that you just put up there. I can't see that. But
Ronnie said all apps share some similarities when you think about it. People can hook up on Jacked or Facebook, same script, different cast, the way I see it.
Yeah, them same niggas that's on Scruff be the same niggas, and they look different and they act different, but it's the same shit. So it's me personally, I personally don't think it can happen. Not anything sensible and sustainable, no.
I just feel like if they on like Adam for Adam or Scruff, it's like they into like scat and pissing and fisting and.
No, don't get me wrong. I like a little fisting every now and then, but I'm playing. I'm just playing. I'm playing.
Listen. We don't discriminate on this show. Whatever floats your boat, honey, is what floats your boat.
No, I be seeing people get fisted. Now that right there, I got to draw the line right there. Listen.
I can't take it. So okay, so Aaron. Well, what's wrong? What happened?
Nothing. I mean, I'm just. I think that it's possible.
You crazy?
I mean, like we talk about on the podcast. I think that there are apps for different things.
Are you a hopeless romantic?
Probably so. Yes.
That's why you think like that. Okay.
But I'm not getting on Jack and Adam or nothing like that to look for no like date. I'm going there for what it's for. But if it's on social media, just some random thing, I think that it's very possible.
I don't know. people get on your social media, they be looking all through there trying to see who you know, and I prefer somebody which is one reason why I'm not on any of the apps. I mean, I do have Jack. Like if I wake up and it's a full moon or something like that, I get on there. But all I have on there is my right nipple. That's it. You don't know who I am.
But now you know how to do it.
That's it. That's all.
That's what you see on my profile picture. Because people know who I am. So, because I've been on there before and I've sent a nude to somebody, and then they said, "Oh wow, this is nice," and I said, "Thank you," and they wrote back and they said, "And I'm a big fan of your work." So that looks different for me, and that made me start thinking differently about social media. Because what did he say? I found my bae on Christian Mingle. What did that say?
On Adam for Adam, he found his bae on Adam for Adam. Cedric said.
Adam for Adam, Christian Mingle, they're the same thing. Gay people.
For regular social media, I do think that it's possible. I'm not going. For me, I'm not going on there. Like people know not to approach me with different things in different spaces. So like if I'm out and about or if I'm on those apps, people know, what I'm there for. But my social media is pretty much my business stuff. It's my family and my friends. So I'm not on there doing the same things that I would do on regular social media apps. And I think that people know that about me. I mean, that Dwayne and everyone else doesn't have a resting bitch face. So they pretty much know where to approach me with certain things at.
Yeah, he do, but if you walk up and you poke him in that goddamn belly button and tickle him under his arms, he just starts grinning and carrying on. That's a front. As far as social media, I don't like social media for meeting people because it really lets you know how small the community is. And it is a partial turnoff. Like if you follow me on Instagram and I go look at your page and I see that you know somebody that I used to date, or you follow somebody that I used to have a crush on that I had a date with, stuff like that turns me off a little bit. So I personally rather not know what's going on your social media. Don't follow me on mine. I'm not going to follow you on yours. I'm not looking at your stories. Yeah, that's my own personal boundary. I don't want to know what you're doing. Don't look at what I'm doing.
Well, I'm here for Dwayne.
I mean, I don't really I think I agree with the sentiment that every social media outlet has the potential to be a sex app or a hookup app at some point. Somebody has come in somebody's DM, saw something they like. It happens. It's how you go about it. If you're interested, I'm sure you're going to extend the conversation. If you're not, it's going to be a hard stop, and we're not going to talk about it. So last relationship topic. Is it superficial to not want to date someone who does not have a car or does not live alone? Is it superficial to not want to date someone who does not have a car or does not live alone? This comes from our Facebook family.
I think it's only superficial if that's coming from a raggedy bitch that don't got shit either. You don't got shit either, bitch. So why are you judging me? You trying to use me for a ride and a place to stay? No, you raggedy bitch. When you go get a car, then you can judge me. But I can understand if you make a certain amount of money or something like that, you might want somebody on your own level. But a lot of people, especially in our community, it's like really big. A lot of people in our community are very, very superficial relationships. Yeah. They will date somebody else because they have a really nice body, they got a big dick, they got a fat ass, they look good, and it'll be for the aesthetic, how we look together, what people think. And you get home and you sit there and you look at the niggas. One of them dumb as fuck. The other one, he's sitting there, he looking at everybody else. They don't got nothing in common. And so, I think it can be, because I have seen, and I'm such a huge supporter of the underdog. I don't know what word, it's another word I wanted to use, but I root for the underdog because a person can get a house or a car. All it takes is a promotion at work, hit the lottery, marry, like things can change overnight. So if you rock with somebody for real, rock with them, because if I'm out here, and it's the same thing for some dudes that I've dated, like men that I have dated they like the idea of me because they see me touring and going to parties and I'm friends with celebrities and this and that. But when they come and they see me behind the scenes in my room and I got papers all around the wall trying to figure out tours and this and that, and they see it's not so glamorous behind the scenes. And I can pay my bills and stuff like that. But they be wanting Kevin Hart or some shit like that. And you done dump me while I'm grinding. Don't come back when shit start popping off.
Yeah.
Right. I want somebody that I want somebody I can build with, not somebody who just want to come in and fuck that. No.
Yeah. I was just saying that you can tell that it's like that a lot in our community, because every week there's a post of who's all single. It's a bunch of attractive people that's on the timeline that's posted their pictures, where they live at, what they want, all this stuff.
Oh, you talking about in them groups?
Yeah.
They need to put. They don't got no moderators. They need to put a couple of therapists in the motherfucking groups as moderators, because they crazy.
But
it's all these
nobody connects out of that whole list of people that you've seen. Like, I think that's very superficial. And a lot of it is because you don't have a car, you got roommates, all this other stuff, and it's just like, but you got one out of the two.
Yeah, it's if the person has, say somebody has 2 or 3 roommates, but you're paying your bills.
Yeah.
You're not calling your mama saying, "Mama, give me $40. I'm not asking you for anything while we're trying to date." So what if I have to take Uber? Or so what if I have to walk or ride the bus or a bike or whatever? If it's somebody who is decent, and I mean, they do it. There ain't nothing wrong with some of these people. Like, it's a lot of really good-looking single people in our community who have a lot of potential, this and that, but they don't want them because they're too nice, or because they got a roommate, or because they don't have a car, or because this or that. And we're still, most of us are still young. Most of us, especially in our age range, we're still in our 30s. We haven't hit that kind of stability peak yet.
Yeah.
You have to look at what a person's day-to-day actions are. Is this person working towards something? Is it practical? Are they practical actions? What is this person speaking about? If I talk to you, if I'm talking to you and all you talk to me about is fights outside of Bulldogs in Atlanta and Beyonce's latest album, then bitch, bye. But if it's another man and he's talking about,
So we can talk about Beyonce's latest album.
We can talk about that, but see, some people, that's all they have to talk about. If you sit down and you start talking about something sensible, hey, this is where I'm looking at being in a few years, or this is what I feel about politics, like sensible shit that affects us. That's the most shit that'll make niggas run away.
Absolutely, I agree on that.
Yeah, and for me personally, even though I typically don't have problems getting men, and again, like, you gotta, with men, don't try to put no leash on no man. If they want to run off, let them run off. I don't have a problem attracting men or getting men, because I'm quite exciting, if I must say. But
yeah,
they don't have a lot of them project. They don't have everything going for themselves, and then they project that onto you. And so you shouldn't let that affect how you feel about yourself. Just keep doing your thing. And as you rise and get to the place you want to get to in life, you're going to start meeting the people who you need to be associating with anyway.
Yeah.
That part. Yeah.
And
yeah. So we're going to move on to our sex topics. You ready?
I stay ready.
I mean, clearly the lube is right there, so you stay ready.
Don't make me pull out the handcuffs now.
Our first question: while having sex, do you have to be completely naked, or do you have to have some article of clothing on? I'll go first. I have to be completely naked. I can't do socks. I can't do shirts. I have to be completely. Yeah, I need all of the friction and all of the traction. I can't have clothes on.
You can't have clothes on. How do you do it like that?
Completely. What do you mean?
I just think that's too much work. And then y'all got to clean up afterwards and all that. Just for me, I'm part Jewish. So I believe in cutting a hole in the sheet. I have a sheet in the closet that I keep a hole in. I'm going to just come in and fuck you through the little hole in the sheet. You can do what you want to do over on the other side, but I'm going to have clothes on and I'm going to fuck you through the hole.
Up through the hole. I'm going to have clothes on and I'm going to do it through the hole.
A hole.
And you can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do on the other side of the sheet.
Yeah, you do. If you want to be butt naked, help yourself.
Aaron.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna be chewing on that goddamn shirt. Not like fabric. Like, what is this cotton? That's tasty. The only way I can get turned off is if you wear polyester. If you wear polyester, then bitch, get out my house.
Baby, sweating. You already sweating. You're gonna make it worse.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why you should keep clothes on, you should keep it as uncomfortable as possible because the niggas be taking too long to come. Bitch, it don't take 30 minutes. Okay?
So how long should sex last?
5 minutes. People got to get up in the morning.
5 minutes?
Listen. If I'm fucking somebody and it takes them too long to come, I would be insulted because the last time I checked, I got some good stuff. If it takes them too long,
that WAP. What?
I got the WAP, everything. Okay. And if a person takes too long, that means they're not excited. And don't tell me nothing about them being on you doing all that because that's nothing. That's some bullshit. That hurts. I don't like that.
Are you a morning activist or a late night, like in the middle of the night activist? Some people like it in the morning, some people like it in the middle of the night.
Don't wake me up in the morning with that.
Yeah, don't wake me up with breath all funky and shit like that. I don't even like somebody. You want to do a little something? No, bitch. I prefer to do it at night. It's just something about doing it at night.
At nighttime is the right time.
Mm-hmm. It's when them lights go out. Because even though I'm in my mid-30s, I still like to do it with all the lights off. Because it's just
with the lights off.
Off. Because that's the only thing that's gonna be off because our clothes stand on. So
Right. Oh, yeah. A fool. Our next question. Now, I have a story to accompany this question, and you might be able to identify with some of the people from that region. Would you allow someone to spit in your mouth during sex?
It depends. But if it's somebody I really like, listen, I'm into some really, really crazy, wild shit. The nastier, the better. But it depends.
Really?
Yes. You live one time.
You
live one time. You live one time. Get that nut. You live one time. Okay? Get that nut. You live one time. I wouldn't do it in the morning. Because you're not spitting, you're not putting no morning breath in my spitting my mouth.
So on the podcast, I told this story before I was, taken. I, would visit somebody that had been in my inbox.
Before you was what?
Before I was taken.
Who took you?
Before I was in a relationship.
Oh, I thought you meant somebody like took you. Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
I'm about to say, I know that's right. That sounds hot.
Okay. Did you feel a certain kind of way?
Yes, my right nipple twitched.
So I had somebody that I had been corresponding with on social media for a long time. I ended up having a layover in the city that they lived in.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we got together, had dinner, hung out. Things started getting hot and heavy. And it was going just like I had imagined it was going to be. It was great. Oh, this is good. And they spat in my mouth. And I had to stop, like everything. I was like, what just happened?
Now, what type of spit was it? Was it like, or was it like what happened? What type of spit was it?
Like a I don't know the different variations of spit. It's just spit. It was spit. I didn't care.
You know, like it doesn't roll out of their mouth. You're like,
no.
Like, it was like Missy in your face.
Right. Why is that the reference?
I don't know. Now, see, that depends, because if it's just some old trifling nigga that already is on his last straw with me, don't spit in my mouth. Because see, now, nigga, you being rude. But if it's somebody, you know, some people, it's just y'all really just have that hot, sexy, sexual chemistry, and y'all just get in there. And if it's like that, you can do it. You can spit in my mouth. But it's some niggas that I have seen, you know, I remember I messed with this dude a long time ago, about 12, 13 years ago. And he came over. I remember I was sleeping on an air mattress. And he had me in some position on that air mattress, because I kept thinking, I was like, bitch, I don't get paid the next week that you bust this mattress. I remember that thought was interrupted by him. He spit in my ass. He had the cheek spread, and he said,
I'm here for that. And I'm here for that.
And I was like, what? And I was like, bitch, don't do that. Then, because I'm always thinking, because it's just like, I'm like, bitch, it's November, it's cold and flu season, bitch. Don't be spitting on my ass.
I'm here for that part. It's not in my mouth.
Well, some people, they like the, I'm going to tell you some more stuff I'm into, and who knows who's listening to this, but it's, I like a lot of stuff. I like when, like, if, okay, so say I'm into all kinds of just, oh my God. Hi, Mom. So I like,
okay.
She probably gonna listen. So I like, and I learned this in church, by the way. I like,
of course,
you know, I like to suck dick, and if I'm sucking the dick and they come, I like to swallow it. Or, like, say you got it in your mouth and then y'all kiss and y'all swap it back. Oh my God, that's hot.
I just said that.
I don't want any parts of it in my face or my mouth or anywhere. I'm just not. You can come on me, you can, but it just not in my face.
You know how much work it goes into getting that?
That is so. I'm telling you, it'll change your life.
I don't want that change. I don't. Mm-mm.
Well, you keep having boring sex then. That's your problem.
I don't want it. Xavier, I'm with you, my friend. Spit is spit. What the, like? No.
It's not.
No.
Well, Xavier, you keep having that vanilla ass sex you over there having too.
Why does it have to be vanilla? I might do some other stuff. You know what? I also tell a story on the podcast about my oh God. If my mother was watching a few minutes ago. I don't know if she still is. If you are, Mom, hey, I'm sorry.
Listen, we're people, and the thing that will balance that out is our parents had a life before us, and they done some freak shit they haven't told us about. So
Mama gotta have a life too.
Hello.
So I used to work in a McDonald's, and the McDonald's used to the stock room used to be downstairs. at this particular McDonald's. So you used to go down in like a basement type situation where all of the supplies were kept. And one of the basketball players from high school also worked at the McDonald's. And I had an experience with him and his cum in the basement of the McDonald's.
I hope y'all kept that cum downstairs and then put it on in that goddamn secret sauce that they put in that Big Mac. Because I always have thought that cum was in that secret sauce.
I mean, no, it wasn't. It wasn't in secret sauce.
He put it in some other bun time.
I actually swallowed it.
I know that's right. Come on now. I'm telling you, those are vitamins, protein. It's nutrients. The thing is this, like I said earlier, we like what we like. And the only reason people won't verbalize it is because we live in a society that will make you feel ashamed or try to make you feel ashamed for liking what you like. Yeah. It's okay to like what you like. And it becomes, I hate this word because people use it on Twitter all the time. Normalize, I hate that fucking word. But you normalize it by saying, hey, this is what I like. Because the reality is, even though you're not saying it, doesn't mean it's not going on.
Yeah. And that's why, again, when we started the podcast, that is the place that we come from. Again, there's never been a gay sex ed class. There's never been an LGBTQIA sex ed class to explain how we interact with each other sexually. A lot of it has been trial and error. We also talk about on the podcast a lot, the STI rates and the STD rates and the HIV rates, because we experiment and we get caught up. And so the reason, a lot of people think that our conversations and even having and broadcasting this conversation now is, they're doing too much, they're talking. But the reality is somebody needs to hear these conversations to know that these are the experiences that are being had and how we were able to either protect ourselves or learn from the situations that we encounter. So that's really the main reason and the purpose that we have this platform and that we talk about the things that we talk about. It's not taboo. If you're uncomfortable, you don't have to watch. But the reality is somebody needs to hear this kind of conversation so that they can know that they're not alone.
That's right.
So on to the next topic. Do you enjoy hand jobs from somebody else? Like, I mean, obviously you do. I couldn't get down with it.
I don't know about that because some people, they be having them goddamn calluses and shit on their hands. And so I don't know. I mean, mutual masturbation is fun, but if it's somebody and y'all in the car and they're like, let me jerk you off. And no, nigga, that makes me feel like I'm molested. I don't like hand jobs. I like mutual. If we're in the bed and, we get in the mood.
It is a whole,
I can get something is, turns me on. Y'all just sitting there, no shame. You looking at each other's eyes and you looking at each other's dicks and you jerking each other. Now that right there, oh my God. Yes.
It would have to be somebody that I'm really like extremely into. It would have to be a hot situation. Like it couldn't be at the house. Like I just wouldn't do it. Like if we're on a road trip or something like that and you're driving, I may want to, that may be fun. But every time I think about jacking off, I think about, after you having random sex and you come and then they want you to jack them off after you get done.
I don't got time for that.
Just caution's on the way. You got to go.
Yeah, I don't have time for that, nigga. You had 5 minutes to get your nut. If you didn't get your nut, you got to go. Good night.
Cedric said,
I don't even jack off my damn self, so I'm not about to jack you off. So.
Yeah.
Cedric said no. Their hands are rough, and I only get off when I jack myself off. I agree, because it's a different angle. How you need to do twist, turn, pull up, left, right. Trying to do that from an opposite perspective is very weird. Plus, some people do it too fast. Some people do it too slow. Like no, I'll do it. I'll do it myself. Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, that could just be a long periodically amounts of time that I don't have time for.
a long periodically amount of time.
Yeah, and another thing people should not be afraid to do is I like a man who's verbally bossy in the bedroom. Tell people what it is that you want. Like, and it's ways to keep it hot. Like, you don't got to say, "Oh, I don't like that," but just say if they jerking you off and it's turning you off, then you just tell them, "Hey, can you touch me right here?" Or, grab my ass or something like that. Like that, is going to turn you
on for 20 minutes. I'm not about to sucking your nipple for 20 minutes. I'm not jacking you off for 30 minutes. I'm not doing all that.
You get cramps. You get cramps trying to play with the prostate, and your hands end up looking like this because you didn't sat there for too long.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you sitting over there, your fingers all feeble and shit from over there fumbling around with his dick. Fuck that.
Now you got arthritis. Thomas said the car ride jack though. The car riding jack off.
I would definitely do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And our last sex question for the night that we have you ever faked an orgasm? Sampson?
Maybe. Sometimes you'd be like, "Look, you big nigga, you sweating on me and shit, body hair falling, you shitting and shit. Get off me." Yeah, so you might
hurry up.
Yeah, you can just, spit on him a little bit or something like that. What was that? Oh, I shot. Woo, that was explosive.
Listen, Aaron, what was your story you told? How you do it?
I have when I've had to be versatile and at the top, I would act like I did it. If they want to see the come out, no, I just licked it off my hand. I'll be done with it.
Now, what would make you fake the orgasm?
They want you to keep going. I think that even bottoming, when they want to go for so long, after a while, I'm over it. I'm not that guy who wants. I enjoy sex, but I'm not about to sit here and have an hour long, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 25 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes. I mean, 20 minutes is gonna be maxing out for me. 15, 10, I'm good.
10 minutes. It does not need to be all night long. People want to sit up and I want you to. So, if it's good, it shouldn't take too long. If it's good, you just have a good hot ass session. Listen, I'm not even gonna tell y'all that, but
come on now.
But I mean, what you're saying is good. That's probably why I have such an issue with it, because normally if I'm having sex, it doesn't take people long to come. So if it's taking you a long periodically amounts of time to come, it does become an issue for me.
Yeah, I'm like, what, you don't like the way this feels?
Yeah, maybe I'm the issue. I'm making my.
So then, if they doing that, you know what I'm gonna do? I got this too. Be like, here, nigga, use this.
Yep.
You take care of yourself. I'm about to go in and watch the Jeffersons and eat me some popcorn.
That's serious. That's so true.
And don't lay there and wait for me to come wipe you off either, bitch. You get up and you wipe your own ass.
You are such a romantic in your relationship. You're such an affectionate romantic. I love it.
Well, niggas would do that to you, okay?
I would have to be really into you to be doing all this.
Yeah, they want you to come in. See, they want you to come in. They want you to jack them off for 45 minutes and then for that little bit of cum. Fuck that. If I jack you off for 45 minutes, bitch, you better blow me away. They want you to keep jerking me off, and then 45 minutes later, some goddamn spit will come out of that ding-a-ling. Don't nobody want to see that.
It's most of the time it's the guys who don't like foreplay.
Oh, see, now if you don't like, and I have told dudes this that I have messed with, I like to kiss. That's just my thing. If you don't like to kiss and do all that type of stuff, I'm not going to have a good time. And if I'm not having a good time, you damn sure not going to have a good time. Because if I'm not having fun, I'm going to make sure you have a horrible time.
Jay said, right, get off of me. I got to go to work in the morning.
Hello.
I got to go to work in 10 minutes.
Yeah, and now some people can do sex early in the morning and all that. I'm not one of those people because see, now I'm tired all goddamn day.
Yeah,
I just don't feel like I'm not. I ain't gonna lie. I won't feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
You get up in the morning, I'm thinking about my day, and you fucking me is not a part of that this morning.
I mean, now some people do that, and I mean, see, like I said, I talked to one of my best friends about this. See, I've already been in 2 real long-term relationships, so all that kiddie teenage romantic shit, that I don't do that anymore. Sometimes y'all really be feeling each other and stuff like that, but see that shit, doing it in the morning and stuff all the time, that's for people who had that high school view of love and relationships and stuff like that. Real relationships.
I only have one long-term relationship, but I do feel like the person I like now, like I feel like it does give me a lot of different kind of energies where I would be into that. But it's just something that I hope, like, if it starts like that, it will continue to be like that. Because if not, I don't want to let you down later on, and down the road, if I can't keep this up.
Well, I think anybody who comes into it with practical thinking would realize that when you first get with somebody, you want to see them all the time. It's fresh and it's new. And see, that's the thing, is people think that it's going to be a honeymoon phase throughout the whole relationship.
And see, I mean, I guess coming from a long-term relationship, I realize that it's not going to always be like that. I don't want to let someone down if they haven't been in that situation later on, thinking that it's always going to be like this. I mean, right, in the beginning stages, it's amazing. It's great. I mean, everything you do turns me the fuck on. But when it gets to be, years down the line or even months down the line, if it's not still like that, will we continue that situation like that?
Yeah.
The thing now that I start to look for that makes more sense, that will make the sex hot, would be stability. Okay, does this person bring stability into your life, or is this a nigga coming into your life because they trying to see, can they get a ride from your ass?
Yeah.
Now them niggas, them superficial ones, oh, you don't got room. They'll come over there, hump you and stuff like that. But see, what you want is somebody who is gonna hold you down. Somebody that y'all are mutually gonna have each other's backs. Okay, and now when you're in a situation like that, you're not going to be having hot, heavy sex every day and this and that. Yeah. But when you do have it, because you've established a stable connection, what you do have from there is going to be so satisfying.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's that on that. You're right. Samson, so if you guys have any questions for any of us, now's the time to pop your questions in the comment section. Or Samson, if you have anything that you want to toss into the relationship sex topics, feel free. If you have anything you want to discuss openly.
The only thing, just be realistic when you're having sex. And a part of that, it's a lot of people who get stuff mixed up. It's that just because the sex feels good, that's not somebody you need to start falling head over heels in love with, stuff like that. Because again, that community dick is good, but everybody drink from that fountain. And there's nothing that you can do to make that person like you or stick around. So, if it's just good sex, accept it for what it is. It's just great sex. Enjoy it while it happens. And if that nigga decides to go, you let him go. Okay? My thought process around it has always been it, but I know I'm dope. Okay. If any nigga has run off on me, I've always thought it's not because it was something I wasn't. It was because of something that I am. Yeah. And some dudes, they aren't ready for the real thing. And I know I'm the real deal. Because I've had dudes, and it took me a long time, because it did bother me for a long time, but it took this one dude I was messing with, and a lot of dudes aren't this honest. And I knew he was being honest. I knew he wasn't bullshitting me, because he said, when I spend time with you, I know I don't interact with a lot of dudes who are like you, and I'm not ready to fall in love yet, and I can see myself falling in love with you, and I don't want to do that. And I knew he was serious. And so a lot of people will say, oh, I'm single, nobody wants me. A lot of times people do, but they don't want to express that to you. A lot of people don't feel comfortable being vulnerable. and that's understandable.
A lot of people don't make it feel comfortable for you to express it to them either,
though. True. I mean, there's so many different things, but the only thing you can do is work on yourself. Don't worry about what nobody else is doing. Worry about yourself.
I'll give you a really good example. So this guy hit me up on Facebook, and he was like, I went through all your pictures. I saw there's no guy in the picture. So, I wanted to shoot my shot. I think that you're attractive. And for me, I'm not a really expressive person, especially like with new people. So I was like, oh, okay, thank you. He took it as like I shot him down. And so, I think I asked him a few other questions after that, and our conversation went a little bit farther. But, I think that sometimes, you got to be conscious about how you respond to people, because the way that I responded to him wasn't that I wasn't attracted to him. It was the fact that this was like the first message that you sent me. So I really didn't read too much into it. And I think people are so used to being shot down that, that's how they do it. The first shot, if you're not all the way in at the first message, then they like dip out of it. I did also have to be conscious about how I respond to people sometimes, because he did tell me he thought I was attractive. He went through my page, which means he did look through my things and, saw some things about me that he liked. And I still was like it kind of came off like I was dry. So that's something to just keep in, to be conscious about, when people are hitting you up about, just, whatever.
Well, the way I get out of that is when people hit me up, I say something like, oh, you look like one of my cousins, so I can't fuck with you.
Just flat out.
If you really want to fuck them up, say you look like my cousin that molested me, and they really get out your inbox. Okay. They will run. What the fuck?
Yeah. Or at least they should run.
Yeah, it's ways to get niggas to run from you. Like you can go, or either they write you and they say, hey, what's up? Just write back in big bold letters. I don't got no money for you, nigga. But some of them get turned on by that crazy shit, though. Some of them, you start doing that crazy shit, they start liking you more.
Like, no, go away. All right. So where can everybody find you? Let everybody know where they can find you, Sampson. Where can they get your merch? I know you got some t-shirts out. You got some books out. You've got some your movies. Where can people find you?
You can find me on the corner, baby. No, I'm just kidding. Hey. No. So, well, first on Instagram, at Sampson McCormick, just my name, SampsonMcCormick. Go follow on Instagram. That's where all the digital stuff takes place. It's not just comedy that I do, that I've been doing for 2 decades, but also anything that has to do with our voices as Black LGBTQ people, men, women, trans, whatever, in media. That's one of my big focuses. Secondly, I have a new comedy special out called Church Boy. You can look at it for free on YouTube. It's hilarious. It's easily something that you could see on Netflix, but it's not on Netflix because it's actually funny. So there's that. And tomorrow my film Party and Play will be screening as a part of the Black Gay Stuck at Home series, which is a virtual, it's like a virtual movie night for Black gay men. You can get tickets to that at bgsah.com, blackgaystuckathome.com, except for you're using the acronym. So BGSAH. You're using the acronym for Black Gay Stuck at Home, bgsah.com. And we'll be showing Party and Play. Party and Play is a hilarious film that I wrote, and we filmed it last year. And it's easily, I'm not just saying it because I wrote it. I'm saying it because I know great comedy. I know great content. I know great storylines. This is easily a story that could be a Black gay cult classic film. And so I want more people to see it and talk about it because it's a great film and it's funny.
I have seen it. I think it is absolutely hilarious. You've got some great cameos in there. I think it was, I can't think of the name. I didn't want to call anybody's name because I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but your cast in the movie, they're so hilarious guys.
Yeah, Justin,
and it's a good story.
Yeah, Justin Rain from Triangle the series is in it. DeMarco Majors, who was on Logo Shirts and Skins, he played my partner in it. I'm in it, of course. Donahue Frazier's in it, who is an LA actor. And it's hilarious. It's a great film. I also did another film that you can look at on YouTube called A Different Direction. Daryl Stevens from Noah's Ark and Miss Laura from Comic View, Martin, Def Comedy Jam, Queens of Comedy. She's in that. So I have content on top of content to watch, and it's entertaining and it's quality stuff. I do not put out trash.
You can send us those links so we can put them in the description at the bottom of this on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make sure we get all the content from Sampson so that we can put it in our the description for the YouTube channel.
Okay, and then I be down at the Crenshaw Swap Meet selling chicken dinners on Fridays. So come down there tomorrow, baby. I'm gonna be serving chicken, and I got to go get them greens off the stove. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm playing. But no, seriously, Instagram, Sampson McCormick. When I'm working on some projects now, the wonderful thing about quarantine, if we can't take any positives out of it, is that it's been an opportunity for a lot of us to sit our asses down. And so I've been touring strong for over 15 years, even though I've been in the business 20, touring strong 15. I was exhausted, but I have some projects that I'm working on, and then those will be out depending on when the Rona goes away or whatever, soon, and then next year, and then as soon as things open back up, I'm going to be back on the road. So keep in contact,
awesome.
And come have a good time.
You know, for those that don't know who Sampson is, Sampson does and has done and has been one of the first Black gay men to break barriers within our community, within the comedy community in particularly. And so if you do not know who Sampson is, please make sure you go to his website. Please make sure you follow him on IG, and please make sure that you support him when you hear that he's coming to your city. His shows literally sell out when they announce that he's coming to cities. He's toured with the likes of any veteran comedian
Paul
that you've come across.
Monique, Adele Givens. I've been with Robin Williams. I've been with everybody. And one thing that I
Leslie Jordan.
Yeah, we did Leslie Jordan. We just did a run in Las Vegas. We were actually supposed to be touring this summer, but we'll come back around to that. And yeah, a lot of people who don't know, because people don't really pay attention to comedy like that. But I was one of the first openly gay, because there are some, but they ain't out, openly gay Black headliners in this business who was out selling out shows that showed the business there's an audience for the Black LGBT perspective in comedy. And I've been doing it. So, and I mean, no shade to any of the other people who are out on the internet right now, but before them, there was me. And, a lot of your favorites took pages out of my books to do some of the stuff that they're doing on the internet now. The difference between when I started and what's going on now is I didn't have the technology. There was a golden age for Black gay men on YouTube that I was a part of. But then, gay kind of became normal. So it doesn't have the same appeal to the community. But I've been there, and I'm still here, and I'm still putting out amazing work.
All right. That's that on that. Aaron, you got something to say before we get up out of here?
Yes, you guys can find me every Saturday down in the valley where the girls get naked.
Hey now. Come on now.
Okay. Aaron is going to be premiering at the Pink on Sundays. Okay.
No, but you can follow me at So Debonair on all social media. That's Debonair with no O. Make sure you guys check out my website if you need one. I'm your guy, aklcreations.com. And then always just check us out at the Affairs of the Heart podcast every Wednesday or Thursday, whatever day we release the podcast.
Guys, make sure you go to the Affairs of the Heart podcast.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as you're watching on now. You can also subscribe to our podcast, get us in your ear every week on Wednesdays. And then on Thursdays, like tonight, is our live podcast show with our special guests. We cover the topics for the week. So make sure you're listening, subscribing, leaving comments, and sharing with all of your friends. We appreciate everybody for watching tonight. Thank you so much for hanging in with us. Thank you, Sampson, for coming on and having a good time with us. We certainly appreciate it.
Yes, and thank
we
y'all
appreciate
for being
you.
Here. Yes, thank y'all for being here. I want people that are watching, please continue to support these brothers, because this is verbal gold that we have going on here. I don't think people understand the importance of Black gay men and women, but for us Black gay men speaking up for ourselves on these platforms. We will say all this stuff that we're saying, and people kind of, okay, but if a straight guy says the same thing that we're over here saying, that gets more weight, and we can't keep doing that. When we speak as Black gay men who have platforms that are quality, like this one, that are consistent, that speak to the real issues around our community, we need to support it. So let's support it. Tell your friends. Don't just keep it to yourself. One of the best gifts that you can give your friends is to share with them something that will also impact their lives for the better. Okay? So you can only do that by sharing it with your friends. Don't be afraid. Put that shit on your Facebook page. Treat them like you treat Beyonce. Treat them like you treat all these straight people who come around. I mean, I think Beyonce is an ally or whatever, but let's lift ourselves up as Black gay people.
And just to say something on that, like, just stop being afraid about. Like, I know more girls that would share our podcast than the gay guys.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. So support, embrace, lift it up. Continue to send emails, send questions. Tweet it out, put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram. Just support things that you see going on in our community that are good. It's so much trash that I see people retweet and support. And I'm like, people are out retweeting this garbage. I don't care. Trash comedy, trash sex videos, trash all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, and I see people put out great sex videos.
We might need to host the podcast for fans only.
Do that. Yeah, with your nipples out and a corset. Do that.
Mm-hmm. Just right here. Just titties.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What you got?
All right, folks. This has been the Affairs of the Heart podcast. I'm your boy DQ. You want me to share my? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we was ready to go. Sorry. You can find me on Instagram at Dwayne Q, or also my multimedia production company, an event management company as well, Swank Arts and Entertainment, at Swank Arts ENT on Instagram as well. You're on my Facebook page. You can also follow us on YouTube at Swank Arts and Entertainment to keep up with all of the premiere information that comes in with Swank Arts and Entertainment. If you have an event that you need us to partner with you on, whether it's virtually or in person, we will be your production company. So we've got some things in the works. I actually just signed on to produce a movie with some friends of mine. So we're got some stuff going on. Things are happening. So again, we appreciate you guys for listening, watching, subscribing, and sharing. We love you with all that we have. Stay safe and stay in the community, and stay visual. Stay visual. Blah 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 blah. Stay visual. Missy Elliott going on. Right. All right, guys. We're out. We love you guys. Stay safe.